Okay, part 5. Now, total visitor volume of tourists from the UK. Last year, it was just over 40% of all the tourists that came to this country. I'm imagining that after Brexit, we will have probably far less of them. If you look what's happening in the UK, it's kind of like it's becoming a very inward country. I know we're only a short hop across, but I would expect outward tourism out of the UK to at least halve in the next 5 years. Now, the UK has always been the Republic's greatest ally at the EU table when discussions turn to issues of corporate taxes. Okay, the state's biggest ally on tax now looks set to become its biggest competitor. That's going to be a problem. As the British make noises about further lowering corporation taxes to soften the economic impact on Brexit, which basically means they're going to match our corporation tax rates, which is what has fueled a lot of the service and export industries that have grown so much in the last 6-7 years. You see, there's a Franco-German narrative here. If our corporation tax level is matched by the UK, if our agro exports are wiped out, which is possible, if the financial services industry does not transfer to Dublin or Cork, as the case may be, and that's a possibility because of our housing issues, the total cost of all of that on a yearly basis is 5.5 billion. So now you're looking at taking something like 11 billion out of our economy. And that's an 8% hit to our GDP. Now, what about the possibility that there is no deal that's completed within 2 years? There was a Fitch survey of global asset managers, these people who oversee 5.8 trillion euros of bonds and other debts internationally. It was published this week, and almost a fifth of the respondents see the 2-year negotiating period ending without any deal. Now, that's stunning. These are people who command huge investment portfolios. And 20% of them aren't thinking, oh, of course there'll be a deal. It won't be a problem. There's definitely going to be a deal. A fifth of these people think there won't be a deal. So where do you think that investment money is going? It's not coming here. If there's no deal, we're on the outside of a Brexit that will change everything for our services industry, for our financial services industry, and for our agro and food industries. We'll have to move quicker and faster than any other developed economy ever has since the invention of a developed economy. Now, here's one example of something that's already happening. The number of Irish students applying to UK colleges has dropped 20% this year, according to figures from the UCAS. That's the UK's equivalent to the Central Applications Office. Now, UK education authorities have been guaranteed that Irish and other EU students who commence third-level courses in the coming academic year will not face the usual international fees of between 20,000 and 30,000 a year. But if you consider 3,900 Irish students went to the UK last year, and you then introduce a fee of €30,000, which is what they are intending to do, make no mistake about it, how many of those 3,900 do you think will go to the UK? Well, I did a quick survey in the office earlier on. I asked 10 people whom I knew had children that were studying in the UK, how many of them would still be sending them with those kind of fees. And, not surprisingly, the answer was no one. So, that's a net effect that's actually happening now. There's a part 6 to this one. A